Yes, I want to tell you about this student that I had. He had finished his flight training and they assigned him to instructor school. In other words, he was to learn how to become an instructor for students. He had just gotten his commission, and so I was assigned as his instructor. So we would take these nav hops, they call them navigation hops, out over the Gulf of Mexico. They would last for about 6 hours. And we'd fly different routes. And we'd eventually come back to the Naval Air Station in Corpus Christi, Texas. But all the time, all you saw was the water and the sky. That's all you saw. So it was a training hop for the students in learning navigating and also in learning to fly. Well, on this one particular trip, I left this student of mine, and by the way, he was a captain of the University of Minnesota football team, so he was no dull tool. And so I let him take over on that, and I went back in the midsection of the plane. There had some bunks in there. I went back there, and I must have been back there for 2 hours taking a nap. So about that time, we were about due back at Corpus Christi. So on the way forward to the cockpit, I checked the navigator's table there, where these students were navigating, and they had a homing device there. And so with this homing device, I picked up a radio station at Corpus Christi, Texas, and it told me exactly the direction to Corpus Christi, see, on it. So then I go up forward into where the pilots were and everything, and I looked in there, and pretty soon I said, point it that way. And so he moved the plane over that direction there, and in 15 minutes, there was Corpus Christi right on the nose. Well, I'll tell you, when he got off the plane, when we got off, he was talking to himself. We just couldn't understand how a guy could be in the sack for 2 hours and know exactly where we were. Yeah.
Well, so he must have been impressed with your teaching skills.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
And you never told him, right?
No, I didn't know. He probably figured it out himself later on.
And then the other story you never told the clue to was at the Stensland'S farm. What was that one about? Or heading out there?
Oh, well, this was in the fall of the year, and the Stensland'S were farming a lot of land, and of course they were picking corn at the time. So you have these mechanical corn pickers, you see, they get out there and that. And on the way out to the farm, I asked John, I said, well, what's the moisture content of it? He said it's 17%. He said, okay, so well, that's all that was said about that. And we got out there, and so there's his son Jim, you know, and so here comes a load of shell corn over there, and he has an instrument that he checks and measures the moisture content. But first of all, he sticks a kernel of corn in his mouth and he chews it and he spits it out. See, I knew what he was doing. He was checking to see if he could tell how much moisture there was in it by just chewing on this kernel of corn. So I take out a kernel of that and put it in my mouth, and I chew on it. I spit it out, and I said, yeah, it's about 17%. And he had his instrument there full of that. He looked at it, and it read 17%, but he never told me. He just looked at me like that, gave me a look, never said a word. So, yeah.
And you never told him?
I never told him. Never said a word, no.
That was good.